What's going on, y'all?
What's happening?
Nothing much, nothing much.
God bless you. Forgive the gap. Didn't waste All right, Mike. How's the first 2 days going?
It's been great. Of course, I've missed being on the field with the guys and Coach House. Of course, being able to compete as well. But it's been great to, see, the progress we've made over the summer. Personally, for me, it's been great to be out on that field and, feel the benefits of the work we put in the summer. I felt really great. I felt a lot, really conditioned. So it's been good. But also excited to continue to build, towards, when it's time to play.
Your position group is a question. I mean, Mike, step up and really have a year in his hand. Obviously, the other positions filling in. How do you feel like your room is shaping up and the outlook for them as well?
Well, for me, it's no question. I know the guys that I go to work with every day, and I know the guys who are coaching us every day. We got a great group. We're deep. We got a lot of talent. But I feel like with our expectations being so high, Coach House setting our expectations, we're going to get the job done regardless. And so it's not really a question to me. The only question is, for me, it would be, who's out there at this point? Who's on the field at this certain time or this certain time. Otherwise, regardless, we're going to get the job done.
So who are you running?
Oh, we've been rotating. Everybody's been going with everybody.
Hey, Mike, I know he was only halfway through the season last year, Kayshawn. You missed the spring, but what makes him so special? I know he's got the number 7. What do you like about his game? And when you see him going against them, what do you expect out of him?
Yeah, man. Easy question would be, what don't you like about his game? He's a guy that can really do everything. He can, play in the slot, be a mismatch on the safety. You can put him outside, and there's trouble for a corner. Does everything great, man. Great hands, great route runner, super fast. It's not really too many things you can say the guy doesn't do well.
Similarly about Noah, kind of tell us about his game.
Yeah, coming into when he came here, because I went to IMG with Noah, I thought he was just going to be more of a power back. But I feel like he's really more of a balanced guy, man. He can move, he can run, he got some moves too, man. And so, kind of like a do-everything type of back, man. Super talented, hard worker, he grinding out. I think he went like 6, 7 plays straight the other day, and I was here and I was like, boy, welcome to my life, yeah, super excited for him, man. He's going to be, have a hell of a year this year.
Mike, can you talk about Harold Perkins? What's reasonable expectations for him, and what's the learning curve? What Matt House is the linebackers. Whatever position he's going to end up in, how much has he got to know, and how hard is that going to be for him as a true freshman?
Yeah. When it comes to expectations, I can't necessarily say, it's so early. I can't say he's super talented. He's hungry to learn, and he's a hard worker. But on the mental side too, I think about, how it took time for me to pick, our defense up, and it took a spring, and I kind of got things a little bit earlier. But I'm on my 5th year of college, coming from high school, to college, that's a tough change, and that had me redshirt my freshman year of college, and he's for sure doing a lot better than I was. But it's just something you got to work at, and that goes for everybody in our group. Still, even myself, every day, there's things I'm picking up every day that I got to learn about. So he's gonna be fine. He's a baller. That's just who he is. He's a freak athlete, and he's been doing a good job of doing his job.
Is it harder for you guys as linebackers since the defensive coordinator is the linebackers coach?
I wouldn't necessarily say harder. Now the expectations are high.
And more cerebral, more things that you've got to know and do.
Yeah, I would say just, that's the way Coach House runs his defense. It's a really communication-based defense, and I know, like, especially coming from high school, I know you don't do nothing like that. Even a lot of my defenses throughout college, you haven't had to talk as much as you had to talk now. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just a different game. It's a whole nother level of, knowledge that's required to, play at a high level.
And is there anything that y'all are doing, like, if he says, how much are y'all away from what he was doing in Kansas City? Like, are y'all at 25% of what they were doing?
I'm not sure what all they do, but I know when we were installing things, I did see a lot of Kansas City, with our install. So, all this stuff, I've seen those guys run it. Of course, Coach House has his own pass running stuff too. I've seen some Kentucky film of it too. yeah, a lot of this stuff is, next level stuff,
So it's not being simplified. It doesn't have to be only so much of it installed because it's college.
Like I said, I don't know how much we've put in. I don't think it's simplified.
Okay.
We got a pretty good amount of calls we can run. But at the same time, who knows how much they had in their playbook, in Kansas City.
How much are you looking forward to having fun? I mean, you came here from Clemson, playing that LSU team, thinking, okay, that's what I'm going to do, and then last year was kind of rough, and coaches fired and all that. I mean, how much are you looking forward to having a bounce back here and having some fun?
Yeah, man. Super looking forward to it. Super excited for it. It's my 5th year. So I've done a lot of college balls, and even last year was fun for me. We had our ups and downs, but I enjoy the game. But I've had a great time. I'm super close with the guys now, and I was close to the guys last year too. But I feel like I'm even more close to these guys. Like I said, some of these guys say every time they see me, I'm always running my mouth. I don't shut up. So I'm comfortable with them. But I'm excited to play with them. We go through practice, and practice is always going to be a grind. We're always working, hard the whole time. So when the games come, it'll be easier. So I'm excited to be in that environment in the game with the guys, just having a good time, playing some good football.
Last year was last year, but certainly the team that played against Alabama and A&M and Arkansas defensively did not look like Kentucky, UCLA. You guys played a different defense down the stretch. Did they give you some confidence going into this year? What you can do?
I mean, if you just look at the guys we have in our locker room, you're going to get confidence. We got plenty of talent. So I've always had my confidence built up on that, but one of the things that's really been building my confidence as well is just the way that we've been preparing and, the way that we're going through practice. Like I said, man, I feel like when you expect so much, on the daily, that becomes your standard. And our standard is playing great football, knocking out all the things, running to the ball, creating turnovers, tackling well, all those things are our standard. And so, I know those are all things, I'm excited about because that's just who we are, and who we're trying to continue to develop and become throughout the rest of this camp.
I'm not too worried about last year. Like, I know you thought last year, but I do want to know what this year, like, just what do you feel like the new regime is doing for the players to take them to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much, and it really from which aspect you want to look at it. One thing that I really enjoy that, we're doing now from a physical, like the way your body feels aspect, after every practice, guys are either going to have, like 10, 15 minutes of stretching. Everybody's going to get in the ice tubs, or everybody's going to get in the ice box, and that's just, making sure the guys are, ready to compete, the next day. We're not, we're not beating each other up at practice. Guys are healthy. We've had 2 really healthy days. And, like I've said, like our expectations on defense, they are what they are. And so, well, you put all those together, man, I think those are all, 3 things that, that are really going to contribute to our success.
Is it the details then? Like, you feel like they're kind of locked in on the details more?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say more. Everybody has to be, locked into the detail, or you can't, be a college team at all. But I would just say certain things, are, just locked in on certain little things are, what's been the difference.
Nutrition, and is it a different program, or is it like everybody's actually buying into what they're doing? So like there's even more commitment from the team, like recommitment?
Yeah, Matt Frakes, he's our nutritionist. Our nutritionist here. I've never met anybody, I think, who loves their job more. Every plate I get in here, he's gonna come look at it. So I don't really have a choice if we bought it or not, and I'm sure it's for everybody else. He does a great job. But yeah, man, everybody's bought in, man. We've got a real hungry team, man, and I'm not just talking hungry because nutrition, but hunger as in, we want to succeed.
Yeah, like last year sucked, right? Like,
I wouldn't say last year sucked. Things didn't go to, some things didn't go the way we wanted. But we, focused on now and putting our best foot forward.
Off the field, you've now been here for over a year. Seen you out at music venues. What have you absorbed most about Louisiana that you love about your time here so far?
The food. There's the food, 100%. There's a lot of great things. But when it just comes to just overall food in general, I don't know if I've ever been to a place with so many great options. Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you guys. Oh, sorry. Man, there's a chicken spot down the road called the Blue Store.